How's it going, everyone? My name is RocketFox, and today I'm going to be talking about the Star Wars Battlefront beta. I played this game over the weekend. It came out on Friday or Thursday, can't remember. But yeah, it's actually been extended till Tuesday, so I've got a bit of extra time to play the game. But in this video, I'm just going to be giving you my thoughts so far on the game. So the good things and the bad things, and also whether I think I'll get the full game when it's released. So yeah, let's get into the video. So first I want to talk about DICE. DICE make or develop the game, and there are some similarities between Battlefront and Battlefield, which is their other sort of franchise which sells big numbers. So yeah, obviously the names are similar, but it doesn't end there really. I think the game itself is very similar to Battlefield. I played Battlefield 4 a lot, and I also played Battlefield 3, and I jumped on Battlefront and I sort of had a feeling of deja vu. The gameplay, the physics and stuff, the way the guy runs around is very similar. Not necessarily a bad thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with the Battlefield physics, and they've obviously used this in Battlefront, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, it does feel quite similar. It's hard to describe, but if you have played Battlefield and you kind of go on Battlefront, it's quite similar, and yeah, you feel like you played this game before. Obviously a new thing in this game is the third person. Third person is good. It's not, I don't feel it's as competitive as first person. First person, for me at least, is easier to play, and I usually just play better really in first person, get more kills or whatever, or be easier to play the objective. I don't know. Third person, you do see more of the map, and you can kind of, not of the map, sorry, you have a greater field of view, I mean, and yeah, you can see the guy running around, and that looks pretty cool. But in terms of actually competitive play and you know, playing the objective and stuff, I think first person's a lot easier. But I think it's cool that third person's in there. At least it gives you the choice, you know. I want to talk about the gameplay, if you call it that. Basically, the way the game immerses you is just like amazing. So if you guys don't know, I have a surround sound headset, and that probably helps with this, but I think you can still get the same effect if you're playing on a television. So the sound design is perfect. There's a thing called a thermal imploder or something like that, and you basically press both bumpers and it activates this kind of really powerful grenade slash bomb sort of thing, and when it explodes it just makes the most insane noise. So yeah, that's sound design is on point. And then the graphics, it's Frostbite, or as we know, this is the Frostbite engine, and it's the same engine that Need for Speed is running on, which is also coming out November the 5th. Obviously I'm quite excited for that, but yeah, running on the same engine as Need for Speed, and yeah, the graphics are I can't fault them, they're really good. Sometimes, I don't know, Frostbite is a good engine. Sometimes a little bit glitchy and stuff, like when, I mean, it was in Battlefield at least, and maybe it's because I'm used to Battlefield and I've come on Battlefront, but it's quite, I don't know, running over rocks and stuff, sometimes it's kind of a bit weird. I don't know how to describe it, to be honest, but yeah. But overall, graphics and sound and general immersion of the game is brilliant. So yeah, the user interface and the sort of menus and stuff are really well laid out as well. They've gone for a really kind of simple... Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt myself here. I talked about the Frostbite engine being a bit glitchy and stuff like that. Look what's happening on the screen right now. I go on a turret and I start killing people, and then I hold X, assumingly to get off the turret, because I hold it X to get on the turret, and I don't know what happened. I was just kind of sitting there, watching the game, and I was like trying to respawn. It wouldn't let me do anything. It was just, I don't know, I think it was frozen. I'm not sure if this meant to happen or not, but yeah, it's a bit of a joke really, so I had to quit the game. LOL. So yeah, the user interface and the sort of menus and stuff are really well laid out as well. They've gone for a really kind of simple style, a really kind of like minimalistic kind of approach, and I think it works. I think it's good. One thing I would say though, the whole kind of playing with your friends, trying to get in an online game is a bit weird. Basically, rather than in Battlefield where you just have like a squad, or COD or whatever, where you have like a kind of lobby which you go into another lobby with your party, they've got this thing where you go into the top left corner and there's got all the gamer pictures of all your friends, and then you invite them to a party, and I don't know, maybe it's offers some advantages, but from what I can tell it doesn't really offer anything new, and it's just a bit of an inconvenience really, so I doubt they'll probably change it. They're not going to listen to me at the end of the day, but yeah, no, it's good. The UI looks nice, and it's easy to use, but the side of it where you want to kind of just jump into a game, just play with your friends, is sometimes a bit annoying. So I want to talk about the content now. There seems to be a general kind of lack of content in this game. I don't know. I know obviously this is a beta and it's not the full game, and I only had access to 2 maps and 2 modes, and I couldn't customise my guy or whatever, right? But there's about 7 online maps, and there's no single player, there's no story mode, and there is a shitty survival mode which really isn't worth playing, to be honest. I mean, I know there's only a certain amount of waves that you can play in the beta, and there's going to be more in the full game. For me, there just isn't enough content in this game at all. This is like a AAA game. It's going to have full price, you know, it's going to come out at like 45 quid or whatever, and I just don't really think like the price just kind of equates to the amount of content you're going to get in the game. There's 7 maps. There's not even, I don't know why there's not 32 versus 32 like there is in Battlefield. There is a 20v20 on like the biggest mode, which is Walker Assault. Oh yeah, I probably should talk about modes in a minute, but I kind of fear for the replayability of this game. 7 maps, survival obviously is going to get boring quite quickly, because it's just like, I don't know, I think it's 2 player, 4 player, something like that, maybe it's more, I'm not sure, but survival for me isn't really that interesting. Online's where it's at, and also story mode, but obviously there isn't a story mode, so online is the main selling point of this game, multiplayer, right? So there's 7 maps, and you know, there's a certain amount of customization for your character. I don't know how, I mean, I seem to unlock quite a lot of the stuff quite early, I don't know, quite quickly. I just fear for the replayability of this game. You can only milk multiplayer so much with all the stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's just 7 maps. There's no sort of like freedom, and that's where open world kind of comes in. Open world games are really sort of like the way forward, I think. So obviously this kind of not linear experience, but you know, sort of like you're restricted to the map or whatever. First, you know, whatever, first few weeks, months, whatever, it's going to be awesome with your friends, like playing online. All these different maps, all the different modes, there's so much stuff to play straight off the bat. But then, you know, what happens next? I don't know what's going to happen with the support of the game. Are they giving us more DLC? Are they going to keep updating the game, keeping it fresh? I don't know, we'll have to see. But at this very point in time, I know it's only a beta, as I said, but I'm not sure about the replayability of this game. We'll have to see. So yeah, now modes. There was 2 modes in the beta, Drop Zone and Walker Assault. Walker Assault is like a big sort of, it's 20 versus 20 players, and it's sort of the equivalent of Conquest on Battlefield, except Conquest had 32 versus 32, and I'm not sure why it's only 20 versus 20, because the graphics look exactly the same. I think it's running at 30 FPS also. Actually wait, yeah, Battlefield 4 runs at 60 FPS, I'm not sure what, maybe it is running at 60 FPS, I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know why there's not 32 versus 32, the maps aren't. Ed, shut up and stop ranting about 32 versus 32. But yeah, there's a lot of modes. Obviously I didn't really see all of them in the beta, but you know, Walker Assault, Drop Zone, solid modes, like, so yeah, I think they'll be good, they'll be like different, and I think that's one reason to play the game, actually, the modes. There's probably going to be some really kind of innovative modes, something new there. But yeah, that's really my thoughts on the beta, to be honest, guys. There's not really much more to say. I've kind of had a little bit of a rant. But despite that, I did actually enjoy the beta. I did enjoy playing the game, and I went back, I kind of finished my first session, if you like, and then a few days later I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on Battlefront again. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the game, and I'm not sure whether I'll pick it up, to be honest. I'll probably have to wait till release, which is next year, I believe. I'm not too sure, I think it's next year, or maybe it's the end of this year. But obviously November the 5th is when Need for Speed is released, and that is my priority right now, to buy Need for Speed. But yeah, stay tuned to the channel, guys, if you want to see more videos like this. This is a bit of a different video to what I usually do, kind of like a commentary. Wanted to try something like this, just get my thoughts out on the beta and just see what you guys think of these style of videos. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more like this, like the video as well if you enjoyed, and comment down below, will you be getting the Battlefront beta? I'm still kind of on the fence. I might give it a go, I'm not sure. Yeah, write down in the comments if you're going to get the Battlefront beta. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe down below. Peace.